Hello, my precious wandering souls. Welcome back to Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations. We are about to start, I think it's the last trial of this game. I don't remember. But yeah, so the last couple episodes were very heavy in lore, and now we still have no idea what happened to Maya. I'm still worried, but I'm very worried about her. But let's continue. I think this is the last trial. I'm not sure. February 10th, 9:39 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 1. Good morning. Oh, are you by yourself? Morning, Pearls. Mr. Nick, please tell me, what's going to happen to Mystic Maya? I don't know, Pearls. I have no idea what's going on with her. I'm sorry. We don't know yet. The investigation is still going on, so I wasn't allowed into the inner temple. Oh, I see. So is Sister Iris still trying to remove the strict locks in the training hall? No, she's the defendant in this case, so she can't be in the inner temple. Wait, so... Oh, Francisca, of course. So is Francisca trying to solve them? She's required to be here in court. Then how come she's not here in the defendant's lobby? I have to admit, it's kinda strange. Huh. If you're looking for Iris, she's in the prosecutor's lobby. Who is this? Oh, if you're looking for Iris, she's in the prosecutor's lobby. Edgeworth. What's Iris doing over there? She's going over today's testimony with the prosecutor as we speak. Today's testimony? You heard me. Iris is going to be testifying as a witness for the prosecution. She's the defendant, though. Wait, what? The prosecutor is squeezing her for a confession, or so I heard. The prosecutor is Godot, right? Because Francisca is helping out with the logs. Francisca von Karma, what are you up to? I know what you're thinking, but Francisca isn't going to be the prosecutor today because she's helping with the logs. What? Then who is? Who else would it be but Godot? Godot? Francisca is engaged in some important work at the Sacred Cavern. The Sacred Cavern? You don't mean that she's... Exactly. She has been out there all night trying to remove those trick locks. Aww. With the head nun's assistance, naturally. We estimate that the last of the locks should be taken care of in about 3 hours. I hope everything continues to go smoothly as we receive some good news soon. Crossing fingers. Yeah, thanks, Edward. Prosecutor Godot intends to nail this case shut today. Be prepared to fight, like there's no tomorrow. Okay. You don't have to tell me that. Touché. I can already see it in your eyes. You're not the same fever-ridden, frantic maniac you were yesterday. It's strange. On the way here, I decided that today would be the end of all this. Almost immediately after I made that decision, I felt myself getting stronger. Interesting. Maybe you've passed your cold on to someone else, literally. Who? And with that, I'll leave the rest in your capable hands, partner. Thanks. Okay. So, I guess Iris is the witness now? I still don't have answers for most of the riddles plaguing this case. Uh-huh. The circumstances around the murder of Miss Elise Dunham. No, I mean Miss Misty Fay. Uh-huh. The impossible flight Larry claims to have seen. And what that woman is really after. She wants to get Pearl the seed of Master. I will solve them all and bring this whole tragedy to an end. Is Morgan getting executed? Because I know that the people who get declared guilty in this game's universe, they are executed. Well, guilty of murder, I mean. But she wasn't exactly the one who killed that guy, so is she going to stay in jail forever, or is she going to get executed, or I don't know. Okay, hopefully she stays there forever. February 10th, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 7. Court is now in session for the trial of Iris of Hasakura Temple. She doesn't even have a last name. Uh-huh. Your Honor? What are you? Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was a different judge. Who, me? Well, my little brother came to visit me in my chambers earlier this morning. All of a sudden, in the blink of an eye, he developed a scorching fever and fainted. Oh. I passed my flu onto him. Poor Mr. Judge's brother. Therefore, I'll be standing in for him. I see, Your Honor. So they're brothers. That explains a lot. My poor brother. He looked a bit pale, not to mention sad that he couldn't be here. It is impossible to predict what the future has in store for any of us. This is precisely why people feel the need to judge the past. And we of the court have been charged with the solemn duty of passing such judgment. Well said, Mr. Godot. I understood exactly what you said, at least up until the end, anyway. Now then, Mr. Godot, please proceed with your opening statement. Humans are fragile, fickle beings. Our hearts change with the shifting of the tides. There is only one thing that remains a constant in this crazy world. Death. The bitter darkness that lies at the bottom of this smoke. So then you mean... forget it. What do you mean? During yesterday's trial, the accused refused to admit her role in the crime. But today, she has had a change of heart. Eh? Sister Iris of Hasakura Temple has a confession to make. Confession? The defendant? Iris, why didn't she discuss this with me first? Very well. This court will now hear the defendant's confession. Upon meeting a beautiful lady, I always ask for her name and profession. That's one of my rules. My name is Iris. I am a simple nun undergoing training at Hasakura Temple. Witness, is there something that you want to confess to? Yes, but first, I want to apologize to Mr. Wright. Huh? I can't continue lying to everyone anymore. It's alright. What is it? Mr. Wright, I have to admit that I did play a part in this terrible incident. Are you actually confessing? Are you saying that you were the one who murdered Miss Elise Dunham? No, I'm not, Your Honor. But I dealt with the cover-up after the murder took place. Ah, accessory to murder, I see. After her spirit left, I took the lifeless shell of Mystic Elise. carried it to the Hasakura Temple courtyard where I desecrated it. What? Oh, order in the court. Order. Witness, are you saying you were an accomplice to the murder? Yes, that's correct. What? Off to a great start. 3 minutes in court and I'm already covered in a cold sweat. Everyone on the planet is an accomplice to something. It just happens to be that in this case, it's to murder. Isn't that right, Mr. Wright? That could... Oh! So this is the confession they were conferring about. It pains me to say this. But it looks like Iris' testimony was all a lie. So, yeah. Iris' testimony crumpled up and shoved into a pocket. So it's not here anymore. Phoenix. Now then, little lady, if you don't mind, I've got a question for you. Whose crime were you trying to cover up by your actions? Iris was covering for someone? No, I'm definitely up the creek without a paddle or a life jacket. The trial just started! I've been at Hasakura Temple ever since I was a little girl. Hasakura Temple is run by one of the branch families of the Kurain tradition. One of our missions is to protect the main family. I'm sorry, but main family? Yes, and that's why I would dirty myself, if need be, to protect her. The daughter of the master of the Kurain channeling technique, Mystic Maya Fey. But the victim is her mom. Wake up and smell the coffee, right? She's naming Maya? But, Order in the court. So not only did you witness a murder, you know the name of the murderer? I'm terribly sorry, but it's true. I saw her commit the crime with my very own eyes. But the victim is her mom. Well, I mean, to be fair, Maya didn't know that she was her mom. And then I cleaned up the area to try to protect her. Where is it? We don't have that picture, right? I mean, she says, oh, I cleaned up the area. The freaking name written in blood. You did a great job cleaning that.
Objection!
That's ridiculous. Maya could never do such a... The defense will refrain from covering up until the appropriate time. Now, witness, let's hear your testimony. What exactly happened on the night of the crime? Yes, Your Honor. I thought I was prepared for the unexpected. But I never imagined the case would wind up going in this direction. Is she trying to say Maya would kill her mom? The real murderer. I went to the inner temple that night and saw it all happen in the garden. I saw Mystic Alice strike Mystic Maya with her staff. While Mystic Maya was still stumbling, Mystic Alice moved in to deliver a fatal strike. Mystic Maya tried desperately to defend herself and stole the weapon. It was only in self-defense. You can't blame her for it. So it was in self-defense? Yes, Mystic Alice was the one who attacked first. That's why I try my best to protect Mystic Maya.
You moved the victim's body to the temple so that Maya wouldn't be suspected. Isn't that right? Not bad. You've got the instincts of a true criminal.
Something's not quite right. I'm sure it was established yesterday that Iris never went to the inner temple that night.
Uh-huh.
And that the person who did go was that woman. Iris even admitted it. Now then, Mr. Wright, please proceed with your cross-examination. Maybe here? Hold it?
Hold it!
I'm not sure. But, okay, maybe if I prove that they were mother and daughter, maybe I have some grounds? I don't know. She moved in to deliver a fatal strike? Yes, I'm sure of it. She threw down her staff and reached into her robe for a weapon. The staff is a weapon though. Why would she do that? Wait a minute. What was this weapon? It was some kind of dagger. A dagger, huh? Annalise Dunham tried to stab her with this weapon? To kill Miss Faye? Yes, exactly. But if Misty Faye was trying to attack Maya with her, with a weapon, wouldn't it make more sense if she used the staff? Because we know, well, no one else knows that the staff is a sword. So why would she use a dagger and not the freaking sword she had on her?
You look like I did after I mistakenly took a swig of Worcestershire sauce.
Ew!
Do you have a problem with the testimony we're hearing from your client, lawyer boy?
I mean... do I have a problem with Iris's testimony? There is one thing. Should I just present the staff? Your Honor, I have a small problem with the witness's testimony.
You do?
But this witness is your own client.
Yes, well, nevertheless...
That's fine.
Witness, let's add your last statement to the testimony.
Yes, sir.
Hey, just a moment. It's my job to say that. Listen, Gramps. I won't say it again. Final judgment will be rendered by me.
Poor Mr. Judge. No one respects him.
Okay, now, let's continue.
Okay. She threw her staff away and pulled a dagger from inside her robe. That makes no sense. Because the staff is a freaking sword. Why would she need to use a dagger?
Objection!
Sister Iris, there's something strange about your version of events. Huh? Miss Dunham throwing her stuff away makes no sense at all to me. But all you can do with a staff is hit someone. Naturally, you wouldn't know this, Sister Iris, but the victim's staff had a special feature about it. Ta-da! As you can see, it's a sword. Huh? If Elise Dunham really had wanted to kill Maya Faye,
She wouldn't have needed to use a separate dagger. Not when she already had a beautiful blade in her hands already. Uh-huh. Well, Sister Iris, what do you have to say? That was an impressive bit of investigating, right? I never would have thought there was a sword hidden in that stuff. But even so, how should I put this? Huh? A long sword is unwieldy and thus quite ineffective in close quarters combat. Maybe that's why she chose a dagger over her blade. Anyway, the type of weapon she chose to use isn't what's important. The important thing is that she tried to kill Maya Fey. As long as there's nothing strange about that, there's no problem with her testimony. Again, they're mother and daughter. I don't think that's possible. But there's something strange about this whole testimony. Well, Mr. Wright, the prosecution has a point. Do I have something about it? Oh wait, real name is Tifei. If I show this, and I'm like, but she's Maya's mother, she would never do something like that. Maybe, maybe it would work. Well, Mr. Wright, the prosecution has a point. Very well, Your Honor. The defense will now present evidence to back its argument. I guess it's a profile? Mr. Wright! I have here another piece of evidence that shows that this testimony can be trusted. Because Miss Elise Dunham would never attempt to take the life of Maya Fey. Because Miss Elise Dunham is Miss Tifei, aka Maya's mom. Elise Dunham would never have attacked Maya Fey. How can you be so sure? Because the victim's real name was not Elise Dunham. Oh wait, isn't Pearl listening to this? Oh no. Her real name was Misty Fey. Fey? No, not Misty Fey. Who is this Misty Fey? Is she related to... Yep. Misty Fey is a master of the Quran channeling technique. She is also the mother of Maya Fey. Oh, are you serious? Yep. Is it really true, Mr. Wright? Was Elise Dunham actually the great Mystic Misty? There's no doubt about it. It looks like Iris had no idea. Wait! No, well, I think Bikini said something like Bikini knew, but shouldn't Iris know about this? I can hardly believe it. The idea that she would try to kill her only daughter, one she hadn't seen in 17 years. Perhaps the prosecution can offer some explanation for why she would do such a thing. Order in the court. Upon first hearing the witness's testimony, it seemed natural enough. However, in light of some facts that have just been presented, one, that the victim supposedly threw away a sword during a fight, and two, that the two people battling to the death were mother and daughter. Despite the facts being believable when taken on their own, when taken together, the entire story seems difficult to believe. Listen, there's nothing in this world that is impossible. I mean, to be fair, IRL, there has been some cases of mothers killing their daughters, daughters killing their mothers, but It just... no. Misty Faye would never kill her daughter. Maya would never kill her mother. Makes no sense. Except for one little thing. Yes! What is this one little impossible thing? Huh. You still don't get it. You think maybe my beans are under-roasted, but you have no idea, Gramps. Could you get to your point? I heard this witness's confession this morning. Just as I had taken the first sip of my 8th cup of morning coffee. You're going to ruin your health, my friend. Anyway, after hearing this woman's confession, I had a detective who loves to investigate sent to the scene of the crime. And he discovered this little beauty. Is that the dagger the witness testified to seeing? Obviously, Your Honor. But do you not notice something else? Now that you mention it, if you look closely, there appears to be blood on it. Where did you find that? I didn't see that when I investigated the crime scene. Did you investigate the pine tree at the crime scene? I don't remember. Huh? The pine tree? This dagger was stuck in the backside of the pine tree. Pine tree? But when the last blow was struck, ending the violent battle between the two women, this little baby was thrown in the direction of the back of the pine tree. Which means the blood on this dagger belongs to the victim, correct? Huh. Were you even listening, old man? I first heard this confession this morning, just as I had taken the first sip of my 13th cup of morning coffee. Didn't you say it was your 8th just a few minutes ago? I didn't have enough time to get the blood analyzed on such short notice. So we don't know whose blood is that. In any case, the court will accept the dagger as evidence. Furthermore, I ordered that a blood test be performed on it immediately. This is my sweetheart. Make sure you treat her right. Bailiff, get this piece of evidence to the crime lab for testing immediately. Found behind a tree in the inner temple garden, the blood is being analyzed now. Now then, the testimony we've just heard had numerous unbelievable aspects to it. However, after having found the very dagger the witness spoke of, I believe we can consider her testimony to be credible. Cute girls never lie. Ever. That's a freaking lie and you know it. In any case, witness, if you could please testify again to this court. About what, Your Honor? About the incident you saw. The battle between the two women. Yes, Your Honor. The battle. Mystic Maya stumbled briefly after being hit over the head with the staff. But then she dodged Mystic Alice's next attack and stole her weapon. Suddenly, Mystic Alice was the one on the defensive, with her back to the stone lantern. That's when Mystic Maya stopped Mystic Alice. Loss of blood from stabbing back. But if she had her back facing the lantern, how... Okay, maybe that's exactly what I have to do.
Mystic Elise managed to fling the knife away, but then she collapsed.
It has to be the autopsy report. That was a very heartbreaking story.
I don't know if there were any bad feelings between them, but it had been 17 years since Mystic Misty's disappearance. Perhaps they simply didn't recognize each other anymore?
That seems reasonable. Now then, Mr. Wright, proceed with your cross-examination.
I think it's the autopsy report. Because if Misty had her back facing the lantern and she says that Maya stabbed her, then the stab wound should be on the front. But the autopsy report says she was stabbed in the back. So maybe that's it? Her weapon. With her back to the stone lantern. So there's no way Maya stabbed her on the back. I don't know if I should present that here or here. Maybe here? Loss of blood from stab in back. Yes, it has to be the. It has to be it.
Objection!
Yeah. Okay. Good. Something about you just isn't right today, Iris. Huh? Until now, I didn't think you were the type to make such a careless mistake. However, the testimony you just gave contains quite a few contradictions. What did you mean? What's so wrong about my testimony? According to you, Maya face stabbed the victim while she had her back to the stone lantern, correct? Yes, that's right. But in that case, the victim would have been stabbed in the stomach, right?
Yes, I think so.
But, according to the autopsy report, the cause of death was due to blood loss from a stab wound in her back. Ah! This proves that the victim was stabbed from behind, not from the front. Sister Iris, it appears another seed of doubt have sprouted from your testimony. Ah! What is the meaning of this, Mr. Wright? It's simple. But now, people are like books. We've all got a front and a back. You get my drift?
No. Is that all you have to say?
I can also say that darkness loves to play with the human mind.
Objection!
Could you please knock it off with the cheesy proverbs and illogical metaphors already? Speak like a normal person! The point is, too much of this testimony just doesn't make sense. Throwing away the useful stuff, the people fighting being mother and daughter. And now, she falsely claims the victim was stabbed in the stomach. There certainly are some inconsistencies. Well, Iris, how about it? Well, it's just... If you ask me, you're just being too naive about the whole thing. What do you mean? There are 253 distinct types of bitterness in coffee. Get to the point! But to pick out each one requires total concentration and the use of all the senses. Were you really concentrated on what this witness actually said?
Prosecutor Godot, please, explain yourself. The witness was quite unambiguous about her own ambiguities when she said that the garden was dark and she couldn't see clearly. Ah, okay. A human needs one thing to see clearly, and that is light. Light. By the way, did you know? Hasakura has a rule that on nights when an acolyte is at the inner temple training, the stone lantern in the garden must be kept lit. I did wonder what that stone lantern was there for. Well, if that's true, shouldn't the witness have been able to see the crime more clearly? Normally, yes, Your Honor. But according to the head nun, Sister Bikini, on the night of the crime, it was impossible to light that stone lantern. Why? Impossible. It hadn't been used in a long time, and the wick was no good. In other words, it had to have been nearly pitch black in the garden that night. There could have been a faint light coming from the training hall, but that's all. Most enlightening. Yes, that illuminating fact has chased all the contradictions away. If the stuff was dropped, it would be difficult to see. It also explains why they didn't recognize each other. We can't see the demons that lurk in the night. That's why humans are weak. Isn't that right, Wright? No! Order! 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 Here, Your Honor. Let me present the stone lantern to evidence. Maybe it will rekindle the flame of truth in your mind. Oh, wait, are we gonna talk about the text in blood? A lantern from the inner temple garden was not lit the night of the crime. Why is the judge sitting there with that look on his face? He saw Maya's name. What's wrong, Your Honor? Was that flame too hot? This lantern, there's something written on it. Eh? Oh, wait, right. I forgot. Godot can see red on a white background. Ah. Why? It's written in blood. Oh boy. So the judge didn't know about that yet. Written in blood? It says Maya upside down. What the?
Oh yes, that's right. After being cornered and then stabbed by Mystic Maya, Mystic Alice didn't fall down right away. She must have been writing that on the stone lantern behind her.
Do we know if that was instantaneous? I don't have that information.
With the blood that was draining out of her body.
It certainly looks that way.
Objection!
Hang on just a minute. What are you all talking about?
What do you mean, what are we all talking about?
We're talking about the message written in blood. Nonsense. This lantern is as clean as a whistle.
No.
Could it be? Remember, Phoenix. He can't see the bloody writing at all? No, it was case 3, I think. With Maggie's apron, the big red stain, it was on a white apron and Godot couldn't see it. Now that I think of it, he did say something to me yesterday. My eyesight is pretty messed up. Even with these huge goggles on my head, I still can't see everything. Huh. So that's what he meant by that. Huh. In any case, this is obviously an important clue. We know now that the crime scene was dark, and that the victim scrawled this message on the stone lantern. Well, Mr. Godot, anything further? Mr. Godot? Okay then, let's move on. Godot is literally shaking, and somehow I don't think it's from caffeine overdose. I believe it has now been established that Miss Dunham was killed by Maya Fey. Nope. Oh. Game? Game, hello? Freaking capture card, I swear to God. Thank you. I don't know what the hell is going on with my capture card lately, as of lately. That's just wrong. Now it's time to turn our attention to you. Yes, sir. After the victim died, you did something, didn't you? Let's hear it. We're all ears. Sister Iris's cover-up.
After Mystic Elise died, I called out to Mystic Maya. I thought it was my duty to protect the future master of the current tradition. So I removed the body from the inner temple by myself. I dragged it behind me all the way across Trusky Bridge. Then I used the snowmobile to carry it back to Hasakura Temple and... I used the Shishishita to alter the way the wound looked.
So you moved the body?
Yes, I was raised at Hasakura Temple. I owe a great deal of thanks to that Fey clan. But even so, I never imagined that Elise Dunham was actually Misty Fey. I've committed a terrible sin.
A terrible trick of fate. I believe you're looking for a twist of fate, Your Honor.
I intended to return to the inner temple after taking care of the body. But...
You were spotted by the head nun, correct?
Yes, and that's why I couldn't go back.
Your story makes sense, I suppose. Mr. Wright, go ahead with your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. All the way across Trusky Bridge. Maybe here? The snowmobile? I knew that would show up sooner or later.
Yes, I had the key. I used the snowmobile to travel from Hasakura Temple to Dusky Bridge.
This is the part that was in question the other day. Should I ask for more details? Forget about the snowmobile, about the tracks. Oh, about the tracks! Right. Okay. If you really did move her body by snowmobile, then there should be tracks left in the snow, right? Well, yes, naturally you would expect tracks. This picture was presented at yesterday's trial. Are these the tracks from that ride?
Yes, I think they are.
But I can only see one set of tracks here. I don't see what's so strange about that. The snow was still falling when I left Hasakura Temple. I see. Snow was still falling, huh? Where is it? I think I know what to do. And then when the murder took place, it had already stopped. That's why there are such fresh looking tracks. How about it, Mr. Wright? What do you think about this testimony? It's very important. It's not important. It's very important. I think. Yeah. I think I kind of understand what's going on. When the murder took place, the snow had already stopped? That doesn't make sense if you stack it up against the other evidence. Your Honor, I'd like the statement Iris just made added to the testimony. But does it have something to do with the case? All will be made clear if you allow her statement to be added to the record. For some reason I can't speak now. This should be fun. Let's get this snow business cleared up, shall we? Yes, sir. By the time the murder took place, the snow had already stopped. Okay, no, that makes no sense. It has to be this one.
Objection!
Oh, whoops! I messed up. Whoops! I wanted to continue with the testimony. The witness's statement is clearly faulty, Your Honor. There goes my bar. I'm sorry, but I can see nothing faulty. Unfortunately, I will have to penalize you, Mr. Wright. Ow. I must be on the wrong track. No! I'm correct. It's just... where is it? Where is it? Here. I wanted to present that here. I did a dumb. I was distracted. It's here. I was...
Objection!
My bad. Sorry. Whoopsie. You claim that the snow had already stopped when the murder occurred. But I'm sorry, Iris. That just isn't possible. What? This is the weather data from the night of the murder. According to this, the snow didn't stop until 10:50 p.m. But you couldn't have crossed Dusky Bridge at that time. Why do you say that? Because 5 minutes before the snow stopped, Dusky Bridge was struck by lightning and had caught on fire. What did you say? The bridge, it was on fire? You don't mean to say you didn't know about it. It was because of that lightning strike that the bridge burned down. Wait! What? But it can't be. Wait a second. You knew about the bridge. Because when we talked to her, when we were playing with Edgeworth, she said something about Maya being trapped. So she had to know about what happened to the bridge. But now she doesn't know? It looks like you still haven't figured it out. No matter how hard you try to deceive or conceal the truth, you can't pull the wool over the eyes of a real defense attorney. No! Order! 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 The bridge was already on fire when the incident took place. That's right, the inner temple was already totally cut off from the outside world. There's no way you could have crossed the bridge, body or no body. Witness! Even my patience has its limits. Any further lying and I will find you in contempt of court. Do you have anything to say for yourself?
Objection!
The only person here that is truly contemptible is you. Old... sorry. Old man. Me? How dare you! Whether this witness lied or not doesn't mean squat right now. Squat? The important thing now is to find out the truth. Isn't that right? Yes, of course, but... Whether it was snowing or not snowing, or whether the bridge was burning or not, there are two facts that can be disputed. First, the body of Elise Dunham was discovered in the Hasakura Temple courtyard. And second, the head nun, Sister Bikini, witnessed Iris desecrating Elise Dunham's body. He makes a good point, on both accounts. That's right, I'm not lying. What are you claiming this time? I wasn't myself at all that night. So my memory is still somewhat hazy.
Objection!
You have stood at that witness stand and testified this entire time. Are you telling us now that your memory of that night is hazy?
Objection!
It's only human to err. If you're so perfect, right, maybe you can explain this for the court. What is it? When the murder happened, the bridge had already burned down. But somehow the body traveled across the bridge and was found in the temple courtyard. Perhaps you have some kind of perfect explanation for this little magic trick. Well, not exactly, no. Actually, I do. I know there must be some other way she got across that burned out bridge. But unless I can somehow demonstrate it, we'll never know the truth. It looks like the defense is not prepared to offer a suitable explanation. I know. I think I know. You see what I mean? In other words, you're in no position to suggest that this latest testimony isn't the truth. I have an idea. Alright then, witness, let's hear your testimony once more. About what, Your Honor? You've admitted that you moved the victim's body. Nevertheless, your prior testimony contained a rather large inconsistency. Please, add an explanation for that to your testimony. Yes, Your Honor. Will this be her final testimony? Moving the body. Huh. Other than walking over the bridge, there's no way to move the body. I have an idea, but I'm not sure if it works. So I must have just gotten confused, I guess. Was the snow still falling or had it stopped? Does it really matter that much? Or are you saying that there is a way to cross a burning bridge? Huh. I think I have an idea. So it was just a misunderstanding, I see. This is a photo of Dusky Bridge after it burned down from the lightning blast. It was taken on the morning after the incident. It certainly was burned to a crisp, and one of the suspension wires even snapped. It's amazing the whole bridge didn't fall. Huh. Clearly, it would be impossible to carry a corpse across a bridge in this condition. Huh. Actually, this only helps my theory. Unless I do something to discredit this testimony, it's going to be deemed as the truth. And Maya will be accused of murder. Okay, I think I know what to do. Right. I'm only going to say it one more time. It is only human to err. And only humans can spot the errors of our ways. Well, I'm not human, but I can still spot a lot of mistakes. The more sense he makes, the less sense he makes. Alright, Mr. Wright, please begin your final cross-examination. I have an idea. I'm not sure if it will work, but I have an idea. I can't believe I'm actually going to use this. But what if... God, it's gonna hurt to say this, but what if Larry was right? Ugh.
Objection!
Oh my god, it was right. Oh my god, it was right. A dead body flying over a burning bridge. I wouldn't exactly rule out the possibility. So this idea occurred to me yesterday. And I was like, nah, there's no way. But I remember, sometimes when Larry shows up, like, sure, he causes a lot of problems, but he also helps us. And I think this is the moment in which he helps us. What? Huh, you're saying it's possible. Don't make me laugh. The only thing that's possible about your claim is that it's been pulled out of thin air. I don't know about that. In any case, we have a witness who did see it happen. Preposterous! Who is it? Who is this witness? A stupid, complete idiot. I can't chicken out here. I've gotta keep on the attack and go. Miss Elise Dunham's brilliant and highly gifted apprentice. Loris Dunn. Highly gifted apprentice. Brilliant, highly gifted apprentice. Remember what he said in his testimony. That night he was at the mountain shack, Heavenly Hall. And that's when he witnessed the event. I think you've all seen this sketch before. Yeah, it's an exact drawing of what he witnessed that night. Are you serious? Today's not April Fool's Day, is it? Bear with me, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, are you seriously claiming that the victim flew to the air? Not exactly. And you're using this pathetic scribble to support your argument. Uh-oh, the judge looks like he's about to blow a gasket. No, this actually explains things. It's just we're not looking at it properly. It's not... basically it's upside down. Huh. Well, Wright, there's nowhere for you to hide now. Other than looking like it was drawn by a 6-year-old. Does this sketch prove anything? Yes. Yes, it does. Yes, I'm pretty sure it does, and I'm going to prove it. Listen, I know your tricks. You're trying to turn this whole thing upside down. Actually, yes. Yes, I am. If you're so eager to turn this case upside down, why not start with this sketch? Exactly. Turn it upside down. Upside down? Why did Goro say that? Oh, he knows. Alright then, let's hear the defense's theory. What exactly is this sketch trying to show? I don't think old Whiskerface is going to forgive any more mistakes. Alright, Phoenix, look carefully and think it over. This sketch drawn by Loris Dunham is evidence of nothing, a complete contradiction. Exactly what happened. It's a contradiction because it's upside down. Right? Something is obviously funny about this sketch. I'm not a critic, but even I can see that. No, that's not what I meant, Your Honor. Loris Dunham stated it over and over that this sketch was exactly as he saw it. However, if we're to believe his testimony, then the sketch contradicts reality as we know it. It contradicts reality? This is getting interesting. Looks like you're back to that finger pointing thing again. Okay, right, so what exactly contradicts reality as we... I couldn't even finish reading that. I'm pretty sure it's this one. I have an idea that we're looking at this thing upside down. So it's like she's sung like this. So I guess it would be this one.
Take that!
Is this wire connected to the bridge? The wire? Ha! Is that the thing that contradicts reality? Yep. It is indeed. Then show us the reality it supposedly conflicts with. Because if I look at this... Gotcha. Show us something that will point out how the sketch contradicts reality.
Take that!
The photo. That's a photo of Dusky Bridge, correct? Yes. Now compare the sketch and the photo for a minute. In the sketch, the wires appear to be above the guard wires, but in the picture it's not like that. But on the actual Dusky Bridge... Jumping head, Jehoshaphat! The wires are below the guard wires. But... So I was right. Order! This sketch is somewhat different than what's depicted in the photo. However, isn't it likely that the artist just saw it wrong? Or perhaps he just drew it wrong? Either way, it sounds like you're just wrong. With someone like Loris, I admit that a mistake is a definite possibility. But then that begs the question. Why did he make a mistake? What was the reason? Are you saying you know the answer to that? Yep. Listen, think back, alright? Remember what Loris was doing when he witnessed this event? He was at Heavenly Hall, waiting for a lover that was never going to come. He waited and waited, and finally he laid down. But then, lightning shoots from the sky and sets the bridge aflame. Now, Now ponder what sort of position Loris must have been in at the time. He was lying on his back, which is why he remembered the scene the way he did. He was lying on his back? I can't see how it relates, Your Honor. But it does, Your Honor. That is the reason why the wires in the sketch go up instead of down. Ah! No way. Loris Dunham witnessed the event while he was lying on his back, face up. In other words, the scene that he saw was actually upside down. Larry, for some reason, always helping us again. So then, this sketch should actually... I think you finally get it, Your Honor. The correct way to view Loris Dunham's sketch is like this. That makes more sense. This is how it should actually look. The victim's body wasn't flying above the bridge. It was actually swinging below. That's right, just like a pendulum. Ridiculous. Order! 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 Of all the things to say, a pendulum. It makes sense. The bridge was burning to a crisp. There was no way to get across it. But if the body had been found at the inner temple, it would have caused problems. This is where the criminal decided to take a gamble. They used the burning bridge to get the body across to the other side. And a pendulum was the only way to get it done.
Objection!
Let's think about this for a minute, shall we? Dusky Bridge is about 20 yards long, which means it's about that far from the inner temple to the opposite cliff. Yes, that's alright. In order to cover that distance with a pendulum, you'd need a rope at least 10 yards long. To get a rope that long, you'd have to plan ahead. Yep, I know.
Objection!
The lightning strike that night can only have been an accident. True. So it doesn't make sense that the culprit would have prepared the rope beforehand. So then... They didn't have to get the rope ready. The rope was already right in front of them. What? Yep. I'm saying that it was just a matter of using what was already there. In that case, Mr. Wright, please give us an explanation to support your theory. Tribars, what makes you think the criminal had the rope on hand to create a pendulum? It's not that they had the rope. But you see that wire right there? It will make more sense if, like, they took this wire and swagged the body across the bridge. So I think this is the evidence that I have to present.
Take that!
Yep. And the meaning of this is... If you want to know where the rope came from, it's hanging right there in front of your glorious beard. Ah! This is one of the wires from the bridge. When the lightning struck the bridge and set it on fire, one of the suspension wires came loose from its anchor. The criminal didn't have any time to waste, so they tied the wire around Elise Dunham's body and actually that will explain the bruises, because if I remember correctly, where is it? Body fell 10 feet after death. If she fell after she crossed the bridge, it would make sense. Okay, because there was simply no other way to move the body. Huh. Mr. Koto! It seems that Mr. Koto is more focused on his coffee than answering my question. It seems that the odds of a rope being readily available were very high. So I suppose that is not an impossibility after all.
Objection!
Possible or impossible? That's not the question we need to ask. There's only one question. Did that really happen? Right. I wonder if you can prove what happened to us. Do you have any actual evidence that the body was swung over like a pendulum? I do. It's right here.
Take that!
Screw you, Kodo. Before I present my evidence, let me review what we know so far. According to this photo, one of the wires snapped. Looking at the map, we can see it's the one that was in front of the inner temple. So then, what was the spot where the criminal... Yes, precisely. Now, let's consider the I'm distracted. The body's movement by looking at the overhead map again. If the body was pushed from the point here... it would drop on the opposite bank at approximately this point. Did you say drop? Well, they must have failed to catch the body on the other bank. What? What makes you think something like that happened? Because I have evidence that suggests her body dropped some distance. What kind of evidence? The autopsy report. Take a look at this autopsy report. It says here that her body fell about 10 feet after her death. 10 feet, huh? That's most likely the height difference between the two sides. The body overswung due to forward momentum, but then came loose and fell about 10 feet. And then, as a result of the landing impact, this crystal sphere was knocked loose. That's... Yes, this blood-stained amethyst crystal is the one that came off of Miss Elise Dunham's staff. And even more important is the place where this crystal sphere was found. Indeed, I believe it's already marked on this overhead map. Yep. The crystal was found... Ah! Precisely, Your Honor. In the very spot where the pendulum would arrive if given the right amount of speed. Holy crap, math! I haven't used math in a long time. This explains your theory quite well, Mr. Wright. You have provided us with a way the body could have been moved that night. Wait, what was the noise? An impressive deduction, Mr. Wright. Most impressive. Of course. But, Mr. Wright? I thought this cold coffee might help cool you down. Well, what is the meaning of this, Mr. Koto? Assaulting the defense! Come on, Your Honor! That was a dark and bitter guess that you made, Wright. But you forgot about one thing. Oh, and what would that be? The aroma. Huh? A coffee's more reliable accomplice is its deep and profound aroma. The rest of the court doesn't speak Coffinese. Can you elaborate a bit more? English, freaking idiot! Can you speak it? If the criminal had sent the body to the other side like you say, then naturally there must have been an accomplice lying in wait to catch it. Yes, Yes, there was. An accomplice. The criminal was unable to cross Dusky Bridge. So, who collected the body? What do you have to say about that, Wright? Mr. Goodall is correct. This can't be the work of a single person. It wasn't. Well, Mr. Wright, you know what you must do. Yep. Yes, Your Honor. The body couldn't have made it to Kasakura Temple without an accomplice. Very well then, if you please, Mr. Wright. Who was the person that received the body on the Hasakura Temple side? It was... Iris.
Take that!
Yep. It can only be you, Sister Iris. Huh? Ah! But I don't see why you're so surprised. The only way to transport the body from Dusky Bridge is by snowmobile. But with her bad bag, Sister Bikini could never pick up a body like that. You're the only one that could have managed it.
Objection!
Right. Were you even listening to the witness's testimony? On the night of the crime, this little cutie pie was on cleanup duty in the inner temple garden after the mother-daughter bloodbath.
Objection!
I haven't forgotten, but have you, Mr. Godot? This witness was also seen at Hasakura Temple, desecrating the corpse of the victim. Strange indeed. It's almost as if on that night the defendant was in two different places at the same time. Yep. Good job, Your Honor. Sister Iris, let me ask you something. Why didn't you mention it when you first gave your testimony? Mention what? The pendulum, of course. Using this sketch drawn by an eyewitness, I have established how the body was moved using the burned-out bridge. Which means it's now a fact that this occurred. Something you should have already known. No! I had no idea. I didn't know anything about the pendulum. But the body couldn't have been passed along to the other side without your help. So you should have known about it. In fact, it'll be impossible for you to be clueless about this whole thing. Unless you're not really Iris to begin with. What? How could you say that, Mr. Wright? Don't play innocent with me. What kind of nonsense is this? You're saying this witness is an Iris of Hasakura Temple? Yep.
Objection!
Are you serious, Wright? You mean this woman is... There's no one besides Iris that could have received the corpse that night. Now I get it. Now I know why I've been so sick to my stomach this whole trial. Why her whole demeanor changed so suddenly from yesterday. And why she's trying to pin this murder on Maya. The woman that's standing here at the witness stand. Her real name is... Talia Hawthorne.
Take that!
I never thought I'd have to utter your name again. Let alone see you. It's been a long time. Dahlia Hawthorne? Hawthorne? Sister Iris had a twin sister. And you're looking at her, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. That name rings some bells. Distant bells, but bells nonetheless. Huh, it's your imagination, perhaps. This file contains all the relevant data about Talia Hawthorne. Mm-hmm. Oh, yes, I remember now. That case 5 years ago.
My name is Dahlia Hawthorne. I just want to say, it's an honor for me to be here in your noble presence.
I hate you so much.
The honor is all mine!
No, the honor is all mine. But according to this, Dahlia Hawthorne is already dead. Your Honor, this is a case about spirit mediums. It says her execution was carried out last month. Yeah. Spirit channeling. So what? That has no meaning in this courtroom. What? Order! Order! Order!
Wait a moment! How can you... My sister, she's already dead! What kind of...
Objection!
You of all people should already understand. After all, the blood of the master of the Quran channeling technique flows within that body. The Quran channeling technique? No, where have I heard that? That's right, you're not Dahlia Hawthorne herself. You're the spirit of Dahlia, currently inhabiting the body of a spirit medium. What an exciting story. Exciting, but quite impossible. You're asking us to buy that Dahlia Hawthorne just happened to be channeled by someone on the very night of the murder to a temple where her twin sister Iris was. Well, if you're going to put things that way, then yes.
Objection!
We're supposed to believe that a coincidence like that just happens.
Objection!
Naturally, it was no coincidence. The whole thing was part of a plan from the very beginning. It's all written right here in these instructions.
What's that?
These instructions were written by your mother, Morgan Faye. Again, it's better listening to this because there's a lot of things to explain to her. I don't know. And part of the plan called for Dahlia Hawthorne to be channeled. That night, there were 2 irises at Hasakura Temple. Two of them. Even the time of the channeling was planned out. As soon as you hear the lights out bell, in other words, 10 p.m. However, Iris was seen before dinner time. That means the Iris that was at dinner was the real Iris. And the Iris who gave me this hood in the main hall was also the real Iris. Meaning that the Iris Sister Bikini saw at the inner temple was someone else dressed as her, namely one Dahlia Hawthorne.
Objection!
Do you even know what you're saying, Wright? This whole channeling the spirit of Dahlia Hawthorne business. Yes, it's true that you found plants that talk about it. However, there's one thing that's perfectly clear. The witness currently standing in the witness stand is the real Iris. What? Calm down and remember what you know about the night of the crime. After meeting Sister Bikini, the Dahlia Hawthorne that had been channeled would have been stranded at the inner temple due to the lightning strike. It was later that the body was moved by pendulum. That's right. Naturally, that would mean that the Iris that received the body was the real Iris. Are you with me so far? Yes. After being notified of what happened, the police came to Hasakura Temple's main hall. There, they found Iris in her room and arrested her. And ever since, she's been under police supervision at the detention center. Yes, I suppose. I can't deny any of that.
Oh, thank goodness. It looks like he's finally convinced.
But something still seems off. Way off. I'm still not convinced that the iris here is the same one from the other night. Huh. I suppose you're about to say something really ridiculous. Like the real Iris and the spirit of Dahlia somehow switched places. Ah! Switch places! Actually, to be perfectly honest, there are still quite a few things I don't understand, but I do know that unless we confirm the witness's identity, we can't continue with this trial. Iris doesn't have the spiritual power needed to channel Dahlia. Which means they must have switched places somewhere. Well, Mr. Wright, since the time she was arrested at Hasakura Temple, have there been any chances for Iris to switch places with Dahlia Hawthorne? There was one occasion. There was one moment. Your Honor, I think there might have been one chance. Oh, explain yourself. Yesterday, for a few minutes, Iris' whereabouts were unknown. Unknown? What do you mean? Oh wait, do we have to say that it was because of the earthquake and Edgeworth and... I don't want to do that to him. What I mean is, there was a span of time in which Iris was able to move about freely, unsupervised. Well, who was it? Who would give a murder suspect time to move about freely like that? I'm sorry. I know you didn't mean to. It wasn't your fault. Edgeworth. The person who gave Iris the chance to freely move about was... Where is he? Oh, Edgeworth, I'm so sorry, buddy.
Take that!
This is Mr. Edgeworth, isn't it? Your Honor, there was a fairly large earthquake yesterday, was there not? Oh, an earthquake? Earthquake! Oh my goodness! The inner temple! This kind of tremor might... Yeah... Ah, poor Edgeworth. How could I have... She fled. She escaped. Yeah. And then we found her. We went to the inner temple right away. And it's true, Iris was already there. However, they had already switched places by that point in time. When I arrived at the training hall, I was met by none other than Dahlia Hawthorne. That's quite enough already, Mr. Wright. Now see here. No judge in his right mind will consider the idea of spirit channeling and... Be quiet. It's been a long time, Mr. Judge. That voice! Guess I'll have to ask again. Upon meeting a beautiful lady, I always ask for her name and profession. That's one of my rules. Dahlia Hawthorne. And my current profession? Permanently retired. Huh. So you're not going to bother hiding your identity anymore, huh? Why should I? After all, I'm dead. There's really nothing you can do to punish me. Paige. what's going on here. Dahlia Hawthorne. I never thought we'd meet again, and I never thought we'd meet like this. But this time, I'll end it. For her and for myself. Okay, to be continued. I freaking hate Dahlia Hawthorne. Oh, I need a break. Okay, I will stop recording for now. I hope you liked it. If you did, maybe consider liking and subscribing, and I'll see you on the next episode. Bye bye.